Hey, lovely people. So what we're going to be doing now is a little project, and that project is preparing a pad area, cleaning it up, pulling out some stuff with the tractor and the grapple, getting it down there where it needs to go for eventually either shredding or burning. And we're going to create a pad for the propane tank that we've got coming in here in about a week and a half, so that we can begin getting propane heat and propane range and a grill and a water heater, all in our little pole barn tiny house. So come along with us as we get this pad prepared. We're gonna fix it up, throw some gravel in there, and we'll be ready to be cooking.
This is what we've done.
Well, it has gotten dusk on us, and so the project is going to halt for us for right now, but for you it's going to start immediately. But this is peaceful. I just want you to get a glimpse of what we're experiencing. There's a big rain coming in this evening, and it's going to storm all night and tomorrow. The wind's lightly blowing, but it's going to be coming down soon. So obviously I'll have to let it dry up before I can get out and do that. So hopefully it'll be a bright sunny day in just a second. what I'm trying to figure out here is which wood might be good for firewood and which one's rotted. If you look down here, you see this is pretty rotted, pretty bad. But on this end, we got some good firewood. So what I'll probably do is take all this. I was wanting to get it piled over here together so I can try to get as much as I can with one scoop from that grapple. And it's quite a heavy load if I do all this. But yeah, so we got a place down here where I've been piling all the wood that I'm gonna end up cutting into firewood. So we're gonna take this, and if I find out this is too rotted, which that is on that end, I'll get rid of that. If any of you guys know, you know, a little more information about, you know, what we should burn and what we should not burn in a wood stove. I know I've got to let it age, of course. This is already aged a little bit too much. But at what point is it too far gone to not put in your wood stove? I'd love to hear from you on that. But we're gonna pick up a few more, maybe do a little bit more cutting. And hopefully then I'll get the DR out, maybe get some of this small stuff down and rake it a little bit, one of the two with this root rake grapple, and get prepared to maybe bring some gravel in here and create a pad where that propane tank's gonna go. So let's do it. All right, let's scoop all this up along with that pile of brush. Not bad. Look where he fell. Right beside that other tree. And as far away from the building as I could get it. Of course, it's not that long, but pretty good. Not bad at all. I started cutting down here low the first time and realized that my top cut wasn't going to meet it. So I just did a higher cut on the bottom. made a little bit of a mess here in the dirt, but got up a little bit, but not too bad. What I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab the DR or dread, and we're gonna go through over here and take down. Let's look at all this real quick and see if it makes sense to do that. Yeah, I'll take down most of this. There's a couple of bigger ones that I'll grab the chainsaw and cut down, and we'll get all this cleared out. I think the propane tank is gonna go somewhere, probably somewhere right in here is what I'm thinking. So we'll get this going. Whoa.
That doesn't sound good.
Sounded good, didn't it? So it wasn't that little tree. It was this cedar. This cedar that I couldn't see under all that stuff here.
I smell it.
Boy, she smells good. Look at that. I hope it didn't tear up nothing. I think probably it knocked the belt off. Let's take a look and see. Belt looks fine. It's still on. I think it just choked it out. So we should be able to start it right up, I hope. Okay, let's get a couple of these little trees down here. So now we're going to drag out these felled trees here, these little small trees. Set them over here. I'll grapple them down there to the brush pile. Then I'm going to come in here last with the root rake grapple today and dig out those roots the best I can on all those small little saplings. And then we'll be back in a twinkling of an eye again. It'll be a different day, but what we're going to do next after that is we're going to scoop up with our box blade a whole bunch of gravel, bucket it, bring it over here and make a pad. Try to level it out the best we can for this propane tank. Let's do it. One of the projects I'm gonna have to do soon, all this scrap metal that was left over from my pole barn build, I've been wanting to save it, of course, for little projects maybe. but it's an eyesore, so we definitely got to do something with that. Somebody's going to know for sure, but I think that's a black walnut, and I feel if it is, I hate it, because I'd love to have as many of those as I could get.
I think so.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull some of the roots out of here and put them in that pile, and then I'll pull the dirt back into the hole. So I showed this to you guys in the previous video. This is called the Root Slayer, and when you get those roots pulled up and they're not too huge, this is the perfect tool. You just find the edge and just give it that, and there you go, it's gone. This'll do it. Well, it's been a very productive afternoon, and as you can see out there in the west, that sun, she's about to set. But okay, look at the area that we've cleared. There's of course our metal, but the propane tank, I'm gonna probably put it somewhere right in here. I'm wanting to leave all this area open in case I ever want to put a building right back here, because as you know, the barn's right there, and I've got to get my Rhino under cover and some other equipment. So we may end up putting a building on this side, propane tank's gonna go here. I'm gonna get my box blade on it next. Obviously, it won't be this evening, but for you, it'll be immediately. And we're gonna get that leveled out the best we can, make sure that it's draining. And then we're gonna put some gravel. Gonna go pull some extra gravel off the driveway, pile it in here, build me a little frame, maybe some railroad ties or something. And then we're gonna be running the propane line very soon. They're gonna be coming with the tank and run it right up to the barn. So let me show you something before we call this evening a night, and let you see what we just delivered down here at the lovely place. So you know, it's always good to get things at a fraction of the price that they would cost new. Well, I was able to land these 6 chairs. These are made out of that, I think they call it polywood. It's basically plastic, and they're called Lifetime. It's the Lifetime brand, and they're nice quality. They're a little flimsy up here, you see that, but they're very comfortable. I don't think they're going to get broken. They were only a year old. Got 6 of them, one for me, one for Mrs. Lovely, and one for all 4 grandchildren. Come on, kids, we're looking forward for you guys being up here with us. And a fire pit will go, of course, right in the middle. We'll move this pit we've got over here, all these rocks, and of course I'll probably buy a ring, and we'll stack up around that ring, make it look really nice. Oh, it's looking pretty out there in the east. The sky's beautiful.
Come here, girl. Come here, Bambi. Oh, come here, baby. Come on.
Luna,
Baby doll.
yeah. All right, it's another lovely morning. It's not too early in the morning because I had to go put a plug in a tire on one of my business vehicles this morning, and it set me back a couple hours. And but we're here now. We're going to continue on the pad. Let me show you so far what we got done on this pad. Off camera, I did a little bit more dirt work up here. I called the propane company and asked them the dimensions that I really need to make this pad. They only said 6x3 for a 500-gallon tank. I just bought railroad ties, and we're gonna make it a little bigger than that because the railroad ties are like 8.5 feet long or 8 feet long. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. This is certainly big enough. I'm just gonna try to get it a little bit level. We got a lot of rain up here a few days ago. It's probably been 3, maybe 4 days, 3.5 days since it rained really heavy, and so it's going to be muddy today. It's not going to be as dry as I would like it to be. But yeah, let me show you these railroad ties, cross ties here that we've got that we're going to be putting basically to frame it. And then I'm going to put some the box blade on the tractor and pull some gravel from the driveway. We've got some extra down there, and put that gravel inside my little frame that I'll make with these railroad ties here. see which ones, if any of the three, are the same. That way, those two will be each side, and the oddball will be our ends. So 102 inches. 101, 102. So each of these will be each side. This will be the short end. It up high like this, or would you like it flat?
I'd like it flatter, I think.
Okay. We obviously got it out of level big time, so we're going to try to just make it a little bit better. We're not going to worry about this being perfectly level because the gravel inside can be more on the level side. Believe it or not, that's level. Gosh, that looks okay. It's not level over here, so you need a longer level. But basically, I'm going to dig down here, drop this side a little bit, and probably up in this corner. So probably from about right here over to here, I'm gonna dig and drop. I think we're locked and loaded. We'll see how level it is. I really overestimated how much it would take because I scooped up a whole lot more down there at the driveway than I needed right here. Check this out. This is really filling this up, that one scoop. The next thing you're gonna see then is they're bringing the propane tank. We're gonna dig a trench all the way. I hope they are able to go down maybe in the ground right here, because I've got this tree stump here that I'm gonna have to kill out. I don't have a stump grinder or anything like that, so I cut that tree down. But yeah, I'm hoping we can go in the ground somewhere here and trench it straight to the corner of the barn pretty much. And then when we build the house over that way, we'll be able to trench over that way. So I think this is a pretty good spot. And that being our spot where the home will be and where we love the spot for the view out that direction, we wanted to face the tank like this, so when you look back visually, all you see is the nose of that tank and you don't see the side of it. You will see the side coming in from the driveway, but it's going to be a beautiful tank, so who cares. I want to thank you for spending the time with us as we're preparing to get this pad done. This has taken a little bit of time, so we're going to split this into two parts. The first part is what you just saw. When you come back and you see the second part, we're going to finish this pad up, get it fully ready for this propane tank, have that thing delivered, trench the ditch, run a line up here to the barn, and we're going to have propane coming into the house. There's also a series of the propane black pipe being prepared and ran through the barn. I tackled that myself, so we'll see if it has any leaks or not. Hopefully everything's going to go fine. But thank you for being with us today. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you be a part of the lovely place for a long time here. We're turning this into a homestead. We're going to be fully self-sufficient, completely off-grid. The goal is for us to be able to move up here and to make this our permanent homestead. So we're going to have gardens, hopefully some livestock. We're going to, for electricity, we're going to be putting a solar array out there. We've already purchased the solar system. All the inverters and batteries are going to be going in here in the barn. We're going to have off-grid water catch, rain harvesting, a lot of good things coming up. So stick with us, and hopefully we can learn some things together. Thanks for joining us here at the lovely place. We'll see you next time.